Hello, everybody. Welcome to this online freelancing forum. So we are here today to discuss about what are the needs of freelancers and how we can be of help, especially the BPO party list. So we are here today with the BPO party list president. Okay, I'm going to introduce later on. But before that, I'm going to share a little bit of why we're doing this one and why Surge Marketplace or the FBA Business Consultancy Corporation is in one with the dreams and the visions of PPO Party List, of course, in the Congress. So as you may have known, I am not born rich. Okay, so I really came from an average, probably below average, probably even Naralita, the poor family. My parents are pastors, so we were really just making it basically. And I'm a teacher by profession, and also my experience has been in the administration, in supervision. I created a school. I helped poor people before in the neighborhood and all. But there was no change when it comes to the status of my and our family. When it comes to our status, so it was only through the grace of God that we were able to be brought up towards freelancing. And if you have been following my live videos and these types of events, you know that um, it's because I got pregnant twins. Okay, I was once an office manager in a BPO company, and I got pregnant twins, and our values always been family. So I wanted to be there. Each milestones that they have, I want to be there as they open their eyes, as they first say mom or dad, or things like that. And when it came to the choice between choosing our family and being in the office, I chose family. And to our surprise, when we tried looking for opportunities to work from home, it was Odes then and online jobs. So there were, opportunities. And to make the long story short, the quality of our lives improved. We were able to buy a car, move to a better house, buy a house, buy properties, travel here and abroad, and we wanted to also have security when it comes to our future. So we started paying our taxes. We started insuring, insurances for the kids, for retirement and all. But unfortunately, the whole Philippine government is not that ready yet. Okay, for the process when it comes to freelancers. And later on, we're also going to discuss on ano ba yung mga ibang pain points na mga freelancers when it comes to authenticity, branding, help from the government, protection, because I experienced it myself. I mentioned earlier my story, okay? And the good news, however, is there is a possible voice that we can bring in Congress and bring towards the government to hear us out and to really emphasize who we are and our branding and what are the needs that we have as freelancers. But before we are going to start and before I'm going to introduce my our guest speaker, let me go ahead and ask you: are you a freelancer today, a BPO agent or call center agent? Are you a business owner, a newbie, work from home? Who are you today? So we will have an idea on who are watching. Okay, so let me know in the comment section. Are you a freelancer, a call center agent? What are you doing? Are you a graphics design freelancer? What are the things that you're doing? Hi to everybody who's saying good evening. Some of you guys are watching from Laguna, Quezon City. We have Italy, Negros Occidental. We have also okay, Mabuhay from BPO Partylist. Hi to you. Okay. Freelancer. Okay. So we have freelancers in here. We have aspiring freelancers. Okay. So we have Wilma is a freelancer. Lorjin is a freelancer. We also have, okay, Jana is a freelancer. Kathy is a freelancer, aspiring freelancer. So, okay, a lot of you guys are doing now. So Maria is also saying, wasn't a BPO employee, as email and chat support until last month. Okay, full time office employee by day, freelancer by night. Okay, call center agent for almost 10 years. Okay, so a lot of you guys can probably relate. So I'm not going to somehow prolong the agony because we are here to discuss. this open forum with the BPO Partylist. So please allow me to introduce to you guys our guest for today, the BPO Partylist President. Please help me welcome Sir Mike Cubos. Hi, sir. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Kumusta? Thank you
Very good.
for having me in this program.
Very good. Yeah, and it's our pleasure as well. I know that we talked a little bit, and it was really nice to hear your heart, for the BPO companies, for the BPO employees, and for the freelancers as well. I know that you are the BPO Portalist president, but maybe you can share a little bit about the background. Sino ba si Sir Mike Cubos? Ano ba yung mga hugot mo? Why did you also come to this idea of representing the BPO employees, the online freelancers, and the ones that are into the online or digital world.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Grace, for having me here and for to be given the opportunity na maka-attend in this particular event. You mentioned about hugot. Ang dami kong hugot sa life. um, Yeah, I think I'll just share a little bit of my story. No, I'm from Davao, talaga. I was born in a very far away place in Davao City called Bunawan. I grew up there from a really financially challenged family. Um, my father used to work in one of the plant there, yung gumagawa ng plywood. So lumaki
Apply.
Unapply, yes. So how do you know?
My husband's family owned that before.
What? Okay. Wow. Okay, now I know. Wow, so pag nagko-connect. So,
Oo.
yeah, so my father used to take me to that place. So, ang daming kahoy. Naipit pa nga ako nun minsan kasi nadaganan ako ng kasi malikot that time. So, and then behind that Bunaplay, there's a big fish pond. We used to steal some bangus there at that time. So there was also time na nahuli kami ng guard. So we tried to escape. So we jumped to that very muddy river. So it's a very very memorable childhood. Um, Muntik ako malunod dun sa river. Basta ang dami. So I'm from that place. And then because of life circumstances, we had to keep transferring. We keep jumping to different places. We always rent. We have not owned our house, so always rented. So that time after grade two, we went to live in Pasay City in Baclaran area. So lumaki ako sa Baclaran. It was really tough that time. In my first 3 months in Manila. So, ang tingin ng mga kaibigan ko doon, which eventually naging kaibigan ko, mga bullies. Sabi nila, oh, Bisaya, Muslim yan. Hindi yan tinataplan ng ano. So, batuhin natin. So, binabato. So, kasi nauso yung ano Bisaya, tagtad daw. Like, di tinataplan ng bala or what. It was tough. But I stayed in Manila for 3 years. Made a lot of friends. So, batang baklaran ako that time. Lagi na ako ng gala sa Baklaran. And then again, we had to transfer to another place. We transferred to my mother's place in Hingoog City. That's north of Mindanao. That's in Misamis Oriental. So I finished my elementary there in high school. And then reality hit that sabi ng parents ko that it's okay na daw yung high school. Pwede na ako makapagtrabaho sa gasoline station. And that should be enough already siguro. Sabi nila na bumuhay that I can have my own family. But I thought that I think it's not this being poor should not should not limit our we should not limit our minds or ourselves to dream bigger. I
True.
was yeah that times in high school, masaya na ako pag may piso akong baon. um, it's it was really tough. So after high school, I tried to go back to where I was, to my hometown in Davao City with the
Mhm.
help of my uncle, who is a pastor. Um, so he tried to give me, so nag working student. So
Mm.
I applied in the University of Mindanao. So that's
Alma
my school,
mater.
alma mater,
Mm-mm.
University of Mindanao. But I cannot, my uncle can only help me with the accommodation, yung bahay. My
Mm.
parents cannot send me any money, so I had to work. My uncle helped me with my first work, and it's being a security guard in Victoria
Mm.
Plaza. But so I was assigned night shift, and then the night or the day before na I will magtatrabaho, then may security guard na nabaril ng magnanakaw. So sabi ko, maybe if that will happen to me, maybe I will die young. So wag di na muna. So
My goodness.
uh, so I applied to instead. I work as a Jollibee crew in Victoria Plaza. So I learned a lot there. So Victoria Plaza. Then I also work in Marco Polo as a telemarketer. I work
Mm.
so the morning yung Jollibee, then paghapon I work as a
Telemarketer.
sales clerk in Gaisano. Gaisano
Mm.
yung Gaisano diyan sa yung
Ilostre
Gaisano
or
Mall, yung malaki, yung
Botol.
big, yung the big one
Hada.
beside mo, Bahada. Yeah, that one. So I was a sales clerk of MR Lee na store. And then so
Mm.
it's really tough that time, juggling and then I was also a dean's lister in college. So I really strive hard to get to be a dean's lister, because I think that time it was to 20% of the discount
Yeah.
sa tuition.
Mm.
So laki
Mm.
na nun. So yung hirap, morning, afternoon, I work, then at around 5 p.m. I study. So I juggled that for so many years. Uh,
Mm.
so then after college, there's less opportunity that time in Davao. So I tried to went to Cebu. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I live with my relatives there in Lapu-Lapu City, and I worked several jobs until I landed. I tried to apply in a call center called Sykes Asia. Sykes Asia. It took me 6 months to get hired, because my English was not good that time. My computer is not good as well. Computer knowledge, because I
Mm.
studied Mascom. So Mascom is more on talking, and then
Mm.
less on
Not
computer. Not
mm.
tech. So I failed many times. I think 4 attempts. I attempted to apply 4 times. Sabi nung HR, you can only apply every 3 months. But I keep on applying. Hindi naman nila nanonotice eh. So I just keep on applying, and then eventually 6 months after, I guess na sa ulo na memorize ko na yung process, what to say.
Mm.
So
Mm.
eventually I got in. So after that, I've spent several years in the call center industry, became a manager. Then in 2010, because naikot ko na siguro yung lahat ng positions in the call center industry, I think God gave me an idea that I already have the skills needed.
Mm.
Uh, why not open your own call center?
Nice.
But before it happened, kasi that was just an idea. Sabi ko, how am I gonna transition? I need money for the to put up a business. So this is
Mm.
where I came, or this is where I ventured into freelancing. So after my in the call center industry, um, I've heard about from my agents that try mo daw yung TL or OM, try mo yung Odesk.
Oo.
May kakalala kami, OM yung ang laki ng kita. How much? How much? Yung agent siya, ano pa lang, 15,000 ngayon, he's earning 50. Sabi ko, oh, okay, sige, maganda siguro yan. So after, the call center, so I tried applying in Odesk that time. I tried to apply as a manager. But I've attempted so many months. Walang gustong
Wala nag-hire.
walang parang paano ba to? So like so then I started exploring. So kailangan pala yung history. So kailangan parang
Mm.
may so I tried my first job, believe it or not, is CAPTCHA encoder. Yung ang hirap nun kasi you have to be very accurate. Oh. So CAPTCHA kaya pala so you have to enter the characters ganyan. So the pay that time is $3 in 8 hours. So just imagine. And then I went into I think you guys can search it. You can search me in Upwork now. I think I still have my
So there.
profile. Yeah, data entry, Excel,
Mm.
yung reporting. And then eventually I got into $2 per hour na work. I was so happy. Oh, $2 at least nag-increase na. Then I realized, oh, I can onboard pala another client. So yun, I
Mm.
onboard another client. And then I think I got one time 4 clients in one doon ko na nakaka-addict pala yung gusto more clients, more
Mm.
clients. So parang ayaw ko nang matulog. Kasi as much as possible, like work lang ng work. Kasi you can really see your effort is actually being rewarded proportionately. So kung,
True.
di ba? Um, kasi when you were in the call center, yung when I was an agent, if I give
Mm.
1,000% of my effort, like
It's still the
para maganda
same.
talaga yung CSAT, yung
Mm.
mo yung customer, tapos yung katabi mo, tulog lang ng tulog. Yeah, in the
Same
end,
good.
yung ang taas ng CSAT, ako, na effort, 80 lang yung CSAT ko. So, parang ganyan. But I
It,
realized
it's freelancing. Oh,
in
medyo ano.
freelancing,
Fair.
your effort, your earning is proportionate to the effort that you put in.
Mm-mm.
So I see the reward. Sabi ko, if I put more effort and time into this, yung reward is also gonna increase. So I found fulfillment there. So eventually, I tried to research how am I gonna get a higher income. Puro kasi
Mm.
$2, $3 that time. How do I get to may nakita ko kakilala nag $7 siya. So parang oh, ang ganda naman $7. So so if I can $7, if I work 15
Mhm.
hours, ang laki. So
True.
sabi ko, how do I do that? So I started learning. So naging addict ako dun sa mga e-learnings sa expert
Mm.
rating. I don't know if you guys encountered expertrating.com or .net. They had so many courses, and so I learned and I learned, and then eventually I got into I learned from other courses as well.
Mhm.
Operations management,
Nice.
quality management,
Mm.
uh, until I got a project management professional license. So I really invested on it. And then uh, with my previous work in the call center, I was employed in Lexmark. I already got a yellow, white belt Six Sigma. So I pursued it, and
Mm.
eventually I got a master black belt Six Sigma in ano. So and then I also paid for the yung sa ano talaga, I invested. So because of those qualifications, I
Mm.
landed the biggest, I think, payday, that time. It was really big. I think that was already 2010, around 2010.
Mm.
I landed my biggest client, which is I got, I think, $40 per hour uh,
Wow.
for a client. So when I got the
Mm.
client, I sent an email to all my other clients that I'm gonna be pursuing a different career path.
Like
Ito na,
resign.
focus na. I'll just focus on this. So when that client came, wala namang limitations on how many hours I can log. Wala.
Mm.
I clock in around 15 to 20 hours a day. Wala namang
Ah,
ano eh. So,
grabe. Tulog
work
po
lang
tulog.
work. Parang zombie. So, so when I got my first payday for that particular client, sabi ko, wow, I mean, this is really something. It's
This is
really
life.
rewarding.
Oh.
So, it was the first time that like, di ko talaga winidraw yung 1 month.
Mm. Mm.
And then
Wow.
when I got it, na-flag
Mm.
pa nga sa Union Bank eh. When I tried to,
Oo, oo, oo. True. Oo.
napa-flag,
They flag
tinawagan ako yung Union Bank.
like
Where
what
is
is this?
this? Where is this from? Is
Oo.
this from ano? Sabi ko sa Union Bank, ma'am, that's from my consultancy job. Okay,
Ah,
okay, okay. Sige, sige. So when I
oh, they
first
will call
time,
them. Mm.
yeah, first time that I got it. It was really nabayaran namin yung utang namin with my ng family, with my wife.
Mm.
Again, dun sa wedding namin, those are, I think am I
Yeah, oh,
allowed
I
to
also
reveal
want a lot
this to
of
my wife? Ano, sa wedding namin, nagkautang-utang kasi kami. So, uh,
nabayaran lang.
nabayaran. So, it was really a really great blessing. So,
Mm.
um, to make it faster, then,
Mm.
so after that, so after I paid, and then I think I used that already na to really pursue what God planted in my mind to really pursue creating my own call center. So that
Mm.
time, so that was 2010, middle of 2010. We started it June. So that came the Performance 360 call centers.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's basically how I got into So I'm really really thankful for being in the in the freelancing industry. Because of that, it completed the package that I needed, and then it helped me really build uh, basically where we are now as a family. If not for freelancing, no, I think maybe there's no Performance 360, or wala ako where I'm from. So ngayon, fast forward, I realized being in the call center industry, being a Filipino owner, there's a lot of limitations in terms of opportunities and support. Felt like uh, we needed someone to really represent us there. Kasi I see that we have a lot of things to um, we have a lot of things to really focus on. Um, so that's why on last year, 2000, medyo nako-confuse ako kasi parang this pandemic, parang I wanted to forget it, like parang forward na,
Mm.
like 2 years na
Mm.
pala.
Here.
Kasi
Mm.
parang mentally, so many people are including me na Parang it's so stressful. Uh,
Mm-mm. Very true. Mm-mm.
yeah,
And
and
well, saying those things, I know that a lot of the freelancers can also relate here. Yeah, you mentioned about maybe you'd like to share with them, sir, on this one. Like what are the things that you probably have seen on experience personally, being a BPO owner, being a BPO employee, and being a freelancer. We have a lot of freelancers here. To everybody watching us, we have around 120 plus. We are live in Facebook, in YouTube, in
mm,
LinkedIn. Please let us know where you're located. Okay. I know earlier there were people from the Philippines, also people from Italy, United Arab Emirates. Let us know also. So far, sir, they're saying that they're really inspired with your story. We have Lynn here saying I'm inspired. Catherine is saying mapapasana all na lang tayo. Okay. Kapag gusto mo talagang matutunan ang isang bagay, kasi alam mo may purpose ka sa sarili mo at sa family, may tatadya. Okay. There's really tiyaga and all. Consistency and also. Yeah. So feel free to share what are the realizations that you have and why, and this is probably the birth of BPO or Bangon Philippine Outsourcing Incorporated. So please go ahead and share.
okay, sige. So the reason why I you know part of the things na we have so many things that we want to change, but I want to say it now publicly that the priority really, the number one priority really of the Bangon Philippine Outsourcing or the BPO party list is the online freelancers. So I will tell you why this is our main priority. Um, before
Mm-hmm.
this presentation,
Mm-hmm.
this is being I used to be again this because I was a freelancer that time, and now because of the pandemic, I saw that you know bec- I saw that the biggest answer to what our country is facing now is really online freelancing. Because of the pandemic, ang daming tao na nawalan ng work.
True.
There's a lot of jobless people, a
Mm,
lot of displaced workers.
true.
Marami tayong graduates hindi makapasok
Mm-hmm.
into in getting a work because there's a big chunk
There's no
of
opportunity.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a big chunk of our population na nawala ng work. Sila yung pina-prioritize ng mga companies over the no experience or the new graduates. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, walang work, now displaced workers, and then we have the new graduates, and then also na may sabi ng mga employers less ano daw experience kasi nag-gumraduate lang daw sila online, parang ganun, parang wala daw silang hands-on na ano. So we have the jobless, we have the displaced workers, and then we have the new graduates who doesn't have the opportunity. Ngayon,
Mm-hmm.
what I saw, um, if you look at other countries right now, if you look at other countries, the businesses, there are around 30 million small and medium businesses around the world, right? There's a lot of what do you call this? Um, Small and medium businesses, and many of them were affected by the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
especially yung very dependent on foot traffic, yeah, mga restaurants and so on. So
Okay.
out of
Mm-hmm.
these 30 million um, um, businesses or small businesses, so what if, for example, what if the government can come in and do just two things? What are
Mm-hmm.
those two things? Number one is, what if the government can come in and provide training to those people who wants to get in and get work? For example,
Mm-hmm.
yung mga displaced workers, hindi makakross. to the call center industry or to online freelancing because they lack the training. But what if the government can subsidize training and
True.
then um, provide training to massive or a lot of people? Like every month, there's like, let's just say 10,000 graduates of these people who are looking for a job, so that they
Mm,
can get the skills to go to the next level. So that's the one. Second,
mm.
if the government can help market our skilled workforce outside
Like,
the country, right?
mm, true,
Um,
true.
what if the government can market our trained skilled workers just like how we market our tourism? Like, di ba? It's
Mm.
ano ba yun? Is it Wow Philippines or no? It's more fun. Yeah.
Fun in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's more fun in the Philippines. Yeah. So yeah, okay. So that's because that's our asset. But
Yeah.
um,
Mm.
how many people are working in the tourism industry? But now
That's limited.
limited, and because of the pandemic, there's a
Mm.
lot of restaurants and hotels and resorts that are closed. And then post pandemic, hindi yan sabi ng the tourism groups here, it will take them maybe the fastest daw 3 years to recover after
Mm.
the pandemic, not now, but
Mm.
after, or
Fun.
after 3 years. It will start after um, this the pandemic has ended. So so um so it's not gonna be so what if the government can market us just like how we market our tourism industry? So the
Mm.
government, ang daming mga alliance yan, di ba? So they are allied with US, Japan, China, right?
Mm.
China, and other countries, right? So just imagine if we can only get, or if the government can market us well. Kasi ngayon, we are the only ones marketing ourselves, right?
True.
Oh,
True.
oh,
Sariling
oh,
sarap.
di ba? What if the government can do the heavy lifting for the industry, so we can
Mm.
focus on the delivery of our service? So like ngayon, because of the tourism industry, if you look at it, because the government is the one doing the heavy lifting for the tourism sector's marketing, yung mga hotels, na lang, trickle, mga konting marketing na lang. Like maganda yung video,
Mm.
maganda yung brochure.
Mm.
But because the government has this, sorry, because the
No problem.
government has this um, trade shows outside the
Mm.
countries, diba? So
Even if mga big channels like CNN, BBC, there's like $1 million spent for this 30-second video that's shown like how beautiful is the Philippines, like to really
mhm,
promote our tourism.
yeah, right.
Mm,
What if the government can provide the same budget, the same effort to our industry, like especially sa online freelancing, diba? So
mm,
going back to marketing, if we are marketed well because there's budget, um, just imagine if we can only, out of the 30 million small businesses, what if we can only get kahit 1 million lang, 1
mm,
million businesses,
mm,
1 million businesses out to outsource even one staff only, just one staff in the
para high.
Philippines.
Mm,
Oo, kahit isa lang para hindi masyadong risky for the business. Kahit
mm,
one worker lang. 1 million
mm,
business, one worker. Instantly, that's already 1 million jobs for us in the
true.
Philippines.
Mm,
So that's why I'm saying that online freelancing is the future of work, because number one, the small business in outside the country, they are now very conscious about their cost, uh, because they want to, because of the pandemic, they were hit really bad. Gusto nilang makasave ng ano. So instead of closing their business, so they're looking now, how can I save money dito sa
Mm-hmm.
operations, and then
Mm-hmm.
and we can still operate now because, for example, they heard, because the government is really marketing our workforce. Now they
Mm-hmm.
heard, ano, oh, pwede pala, we can outsource in the
Yes, yes.
Philippines.
Lower.
Uh, they can speak English well. They are very skilled, and then they
Mm-hmm.
can save money. So instead of paying, for example, instead of paying uh,
Health
15
insurance.
insurance, mga ganun. Instead of paying $15 per hour or $20 per hour for
Mm-hmm.
their entry level staff, they can just
Mm-hmm.
outsource in the Philippines to either a business or a freelancer for $7 per hour. I mean, for a freelancer with a $7 per hour, that's already like,
Mm.
it's already big.
That's
I think,
350 per hour.
yeah. So 350 pesos per hour, and then they're just work from home, work anywhere
Mm.
rather.
Yeah.
So, so, 'di ba? So that's one thing. That's why um in the freelancing, ano kasi ngayon, businesses are now discovering this as a sustainable way to operate and do business.
True.
Kasi um, bi- the businesses are not limited in getting the talents na local talents nila. So ang problema
Mm.
kasi before is pag wala silang ma-hire in within their area, they hire someone from another state, from another place. So when they hire, so binibigyan pa nila ng benefits para
Housing, may ganun pa.
lilipat ng area,
Mm.
dami pa
Mm.
mga ano pa yung mga mandated, mga insurance, mga
Mm.
bonuses,
Insurance, taxes, housing, mga
housing.
gamit, ano, mm,
So
allowance.
yes, oh. So ngayon, they can have the same skill set or even better at a lower rate from another country, which is the Philippines. So
Mm-hmm.
so um so ngayon, because of that, we are now, this is really the beauty of online freelancing, because parang there's a worldwide sharing of talent. Parang hindi na limited ng certain area yung talent, like we can get really good programmers from anywhere
Mm-hmm.
around the world. So as a
Mm-hmm.
business, para sa kanila, they can have the best talents that the world can offer, by just outsourcing or giving it to, for example, in the Philippines. Yeah.
Mm. At
So
least same. With the example that you shared earlier, it was they were able to save 50%, from $15 per hour. That's at least 15% because you still have to pay. That's, I think, mandated by law na kailangan talaga sila magbayad ng insurances like health
mhm.
insurance, the taxes and all. So that's at least 15%. And imagine if they're going to outsource one or two, that's really a big earnings or cost management for that certain company.
Yes, that's really true. So yun, uh, aside from that, they have, for example, they have contingency plans,
Mm,
or ang tawag dito, for example, may ano sila, backup, kumbaga. For example, their area cannot operate, right? So ano dito in the Philippines. So and then because of the pandemic, this is really good. Parang the pandemic there's actually a silver lining for us. There
mm,
is a blessing also na the businesses in the US, most especially in the US, are now very open to remote work. Kasi during the start of the pandemic, 'di ba? Nag-lockdown, the world is on lockdown.
Mm, mm,
Businesses were really forced to implement work from home
mm,
setup. So, yung apprehensions kasi before ng mga businesses that na it's not, working remotely is not for us. But
mm,
all of a sudden, because of the pandemic, everyone just started innovating, and then
mm.
everyone started to embrace the new ways of working, di ba?
Yeah.
Uh, Sabi nga nun na mga my wife has their family has a school. Mga teachers
Mm,
sabi nila na it's hard to teach online. Like, how can you teach when your students are just on the screen? How can you manage this so many students? It will be rowdy. It cannot work. But now, oh, the teachers are so comfortable na ano, then
oo.
in their
Pagod na.
classroom management.
Oo.
So everyone was really forced to really adapt and be with talaga with technology. So yan, so basically that's why for us in the BPO online freelancing talaga Partylist, online freelancing is the future, and the government should focus talaga in should focus in making sure that number one, we get we institutionalize the training, and
Mhm.
number two, in on the marketing side. So I have prepared in here some platforms, the 6 point agenda. I'm supposed to discuss this after siguro our forum, but maybe I'll just ano na lang.
Sure.
Uh,
We have a few questions coming in now, so maybe you
Sige.
can just go directly and then we'll have the question or the forum afterwards.
Sige, maybe some of their will be answered uh,
Yeah. What
with
you
this.
sharing?
Okay. So we have prepared our 6 points agenda that are really we think that can really help our online freelancing uh, industry. Sige, number one is we will push for the incorporation of co-working hubs in each cities and towns.
So
Kasi ito yung naging
government ito, Sir Mike,
yeah,
government instituted.
government instituted na co-working hubs in each ano. So this is uh, will be in partnership with the local LGU. Kasi
Yeah.
this is not new.
Mhm.
There's a lot of initiatives na with this actually. Even DICT and DTI is pushing this. However, the LGUs will only implement this if they think that this is interesting. There's a lot of LGUs, especially yung mga old school, cannot relate. So they will
Yeah.
not get, they cannot what we're gonna our precious space we're gonna just give to
Mm,
mga ganyan, right? So if this is implemented and instituted by LGU and the national government with its own budget, we
mm,
can have this for free in the LGU mismo. Oo.
mm,
So this
mm,
will serve as a backup, right?
mm.
So
I remember when I used to be in Germany, I lived there for 1 year. Meron silang mga youth centers, and this is where the youth can have training, can play and all of this. So, but I don't see any of that here in the Philippines. So parang if we're going to bring like that type, like youth center into like co-working hubs different cities, and it's not just like a center, but it's a training center where people can come in and probably get training. Wilma here, sir, is saying na uh, more affordable sana yung co-working hubs.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yes, that's really good. Um, what we want actually, I did not put free in here because
Mm.
baka maging controversial. But
Sure.
what we really want to do is make it for free. Oo.
Mm-mm.
Or kahit minimal fee na lang just for the maintenance of the place or for the
Mm-mm.
very minimal, but at least there's something or there's a place that our online freelancers can run to when they need for example, nag-brand out dito, wala kaming
Mm-mm.
internet o ano
Later.
nangyari, so
Oo.
wala kaming generator, sana to,
Mm-mm.
so at least they can run to this safe haven
Mm-mm.
in each town that they can still continue work and do their livelihood. I mean, this is
Nice.
livelihood, diba? So, at
Mm-mm.
least there's a
Sustainable.
place. Oo.
Mm-mm.
So, kasi once we have this instituted, just imagine there's a place in the city, in the town that my free, that can with fast internet, with a really a good working space there that freelancers can use, right? So it would really be good. But kasi yung freelancers, magsasawa din yan. Hindi naman yan na they will not be staying there all the time.
Mm.
They want to be
Pupunta yan
nomad.
ng beach, ng mountain resort. So,
Oh,
mag-chicken somewhere. Oo.
yeah, but at least they have a safe place to run to, and worst comes to worst, there's a
Stability.
place for them. So once this is again, this will not happen right away, no, but this will happen once we institute a really good bill or program,
Mm.
especially if this becomes a law, then
Mm.
this will be mandatory for all cities,
Okay,
right?
nice. That's good
So,
news for our freelancers.
'di ba? So, just imagine for example, gusto ko sa Siargao, magbabakasyon ako dun.
Mm.
Punta ako dun sa the BPO co-working hub or ganun. So,
In that city, oo.
in that area, 'di ba? So,
Mm.
something like that. So that's something that we really want to push. Number two, yung mga gustong, especially nung gustong mag-cross to the light side, the online freelancing. Sorry for the term.
Mm.
So the light, to want to cross from the darkness to the light. Um,
To freedom, oh, to freedom.
freedom, freedom. Yeah, yeah. Well, really, to be honest, I found freedom. Like I tasted. Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Mm,
It's
me
like
too.
I can work anywhere. I can
Mm.
work how many hours I want, and then I can every for each hour and minute that I log in,
Okay.
I log. Oh, it's really paid. So yan, ganyan. So for those who just starting, what if the government can help you? Will partner with an institution that can
Mm.
provide access to financial assistance, especially for example if they need computers, uh,
Up.
pang-install
Mm.
ng faster internet, 'di ba?
Mm. Nice.
So just to get by, these are something like micro loans, right? So
Mm.
konting lang,
Assist.
konting assistance. So ganyan. So we something na very simple, but kasi for me it happened to me before. Oh, my computer is not fast enough. Wala akong pambili. How am I gonna do this? So
True.
uh,
Mm.
so sabi ko, bibili na lang ako ng RAM. So install ko na lang para at least bumili siya ng konti. After a week, then or a week or two, then I can buy na a new laptop that is a little bit faster. Ganyan. So something like that. So at least a little lang. Number three naman, we want to push this one. I mentioned about training. So
Mm.
what if the government can help, and what if the government can sponsor your training? So for example, the government will get surge, right? For example,
Mm.
and so si government na bahala sa mga trainings, na yan. So it becomes uh, free. I mean,
Mm.
access to every to all. For example, the government can get surge to do all the trainings for all for the Filipinos nationwide.
Yes,
So
let's do that. Na-excite naman kami lalo.
so for
Correct.
example, so 'di ba? So it makes the training and education accessible. So
Mm.
the barrier for displaced worker and yung mga walang trabaho hindi na masyadong mataas because the training is there. All they need to do is just invest their time and do the training. Then after that, they
They
have
could
higher
work.
chance getting a
Mm.
work, diba?
Mm.
So access to trainings and education. Once trained, ito naman, what if, for example, thank you, I saw the comment. Uh,
Oh, for sure, a lot. We have here co-working hubs would be a great help to freelancers. Love the idea of co-working hubs, lalo na pag walang perfect na net provider in the Philippines. Financial assistance sa starter pack ng mga freelancers. Sa starter pack daw kasi usually wala silang for laptop or
mhm.
for computer or things like that.
Yes,
Through training, makakapagsimula ng tama in becoming freelancers. That's very correct.
yes. Oh, mm. Yeah. So education then, before I go to number four, I forgot to mention, um, this is a long shot, but I again, because I was a freelancer before, so I really know the plight. Ano talaga yung mga needed natin. Ano,
Mm-hmm.
kahit na I remember that time my RAM sa laptop ko is only 1 gig. And then I need to do a lot of crunching with Excel. So it's not ang bagal talaga. So
Mm-hmm.
my excuse na lang to the client, sir, I'm really analyzing it really well and creating the presentation beautifully. So can you give me 30 minutes more? Pero ganun, pero ginaganyan ko na yung laptop. Come on, you can do it. Come on, can you
Oo.
get any faster? So, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Naglo-load lang.
Loading, yes. But going back to number three for education, I again, it will not happen right away. It will take a lot of years, but I would like to introduce ano talaga into online freelancing mga subjects and into our curriculum talaga
Mm.
sa even in college. Kasi
Nice.
kasi 'di ba, the point of education, one point or main objective of education, especially in college, is for you to get a job,
Mm.
'di ba? For you to get a job. So, if the online freelancing or being a freelancer is a job, can we not introduce subjects, foundation skills in
Mm.
college mismo that can really help someone if they want to have a career in online freelancing? Para
Mm.
mas easier yung transition. Like for
Oo.
example, so if we can incorporate that like maybe yeah something like that na our curriculum now in college is really behind even in technology kahit na gumraduate yung mga IT, mga programmers, but when we hire them, we have to train them pa for 6 months.
True. Mm.
Um, kasi
Feel
hindi
ready.
fit uh, hindi fit yung ano nila, yung what they've learned in college is already 3 years, 2 to 3 years behind na on what we're using.
True.
So,
Mm.
akala nila na yun yung latest, but pagdating na sa ano, iba na. So, nandun na si Flutter, yung in terms of programming, but dun sa
Mm.
college, hindi na turo. So, the companies who will hire will um ang tawag dito they have to spend pa. Oo.
Mm.
Yeah. So again, on the access at the trainings and education, we will make it really big. Because again, right, although we have I saw a comment earlier that there's already one
Mm.
sa DICT. Yes.
Mm.
In fact, I help the ICT as well on this. problema kasi sa DICT ngayon, kulang po yung budget. So if we
Mm,
can institutionalize these trainings and education, we can give more budget to DICT. We can have, si DICT naman, training is not their expertise. So DICT is getting experts in to do the
yeah.
training. Like for
Mm,
example, Surge, Surge will
mm,
DICT will get Surge
mm,
or si Grace to do the training for that. But the training is only limited to the budget of the ICT.
true.
Pero
Mm-mm,
what if we can make it as a law that it's really a national, a massive training for our
mm,
workforce with a really big budget? Then
mm.
we have a really skilled workforce.
Mm. I remember before, sir, because I'm also a graduate from UM. I took my master's and even my
Ah,
doctorate in UM. When I was in undergrad, we have this CAED 500, like, I don't know if you remember that, where we are being taught ano yung mga dapat i-prepare. But it was more on like resume creation and all. It's not really like other skills that will also empower us in the
mm,
digital world out there. But that's
yes,
really a good thing.
yeah. Oo. Kahit na mga basic ano lang, mga foundation skills na mga add-on that can be useful. Oo. So, 'yan. Massive training talaga. Oo.
Mm,
Okay. So, what if you're already a freelancer and then
mm.
you're doing well? So ito yung we are currently doing this, the number 4, we have piloted this. It's what we call the Dream program. We have piloted this with I worked with DTI on this. I was one of the I just took on the Dream because I'm the one who really the name for this. It's called Digital Services Entrepreneurs Advancement and Mentoring Program. So the
Nice.
DREAM program. It means if you're a freelancer now, this DREAM program can help you level up, go to
Mm,
the next level, being an entrepreneur. Meaning
mm,
parang naging agency owner ka, ganyan. Or
mm,
an agency owner, meaning you're already a business person. No? Kasi there's a big disconnect as well wherein freelancer, how do I make this as a business? So, the first thing is, how do you duplicate yourself? Diba? Yun yun.
mm.
I think a lot of my friends, I told them, duplicate yourself. That's the key. So, ayan.
Mm.
So, may, it's all started is, nag-uumpisa to sa ganito eh. ah, replyan mo muna, magsi-CR ako. So yung
Oo,
yung
tama,
brother
tama.
mo, yung brother mo, okay, okay, gayahin mo lang,
Oo.
copy paste, copy paste. Okay, copy paste. Ganito pala yan. So hanggang
Tama.
yes, I mean, this is nabunyag na yung mga sikreto ah. So oh, so sabi sa ano naman so then eventually your brother or sister will learn. So
Oo,
ikaw
mm,
nagkakape ka na lang. So
mm.
babayaran mo na lang ng mga tingi-tingi yung yung sister. Happy naman siya. Oh, I got my 200 pesos. Pero
Oo,
yung income mo pa lang, laki. So, yan,
seven.
pinapaano mo na lang.
Oo,
Sabi nga sa akin, sabi ko nga, I thought in my mind, oh, this is a modern day slavery. Parang yan ka na. Instead me, na pero pag na, uy, tumatawag yung client, kuya. Okay, tabi, tabi,
oo,
tabi. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, hello. Ganyan. Di ba? So, it started as something like that. Now, ngayon, gusto mo nang ma-free up yung time mo. So, you now started to, delegate your task. So, you
mm,
delegate it to someone, until your team becomes bigger. Ano na. But then, it's not yet parang business. So, with the Dream program teaches about how do you handle people management, how do you handle finances, how do you handle marketing, how do you handle mga ganyan.
mm,
And then not just training, the dream program also has the mentorship part,
Nice.
wherein um, yung trainee, after the training, will be paired with a mentor.
Mm,
They will be paired with a mentor who are expert in this particular field. For example, um, someone is expert in marketing, tas yung business mo is on a marketing side or e-commerce probably, then you'll be paired with a mentor. For you to be really be ano, kasi this is also another beauty of I mean the really good thing about freelancing is that if we can train, if we can transition freelancers to become entrepreneurs, they will provide more jobs. 'Di ba?
true.
Kasi,
Hire
oo,
more people under them. Mm-hmm.
yes, oo. Kasi 'di ba, instead of one, naging 10 na sila.
Mm, mm.
So, so if
Sometimes
we
they
can,
don't have business skills. Hindi nila alam yung accounting skills, business skills, how to be an
yeah,
entrepreneur.
mm, yeah. So if we have that, na ano, this program, and if we can institutionalize this, so and with its own budget, so we can really train. For example, we'll get Ma'am Grace to do one of the ano talaga sa mentor sa dream program. We get
Mm,
ano, so we can invite also successful mga billionaires to mentor the
nice.
entrepreneur, the trainee, di ba?
Mm,
So
mm,
it's a it's really good. So if we can make that na ano. Number 5 naman, ito, nagle-level up na tayo. So we want to also push. Again, this will not happen right away. We have to
mm,
really, ano pa talaga. We will want to push the creation of a digital worker center. So the digital worker center is a center where you can, um, ang tawag dito, you can, hold on, I have, okay, here. The digital worker center is a one-stop shop. Okay, it's a
nice.
one-stop shop for everything that you need as a freelancer. So nandun na
Mm,
yung, for example, you have a help desk. If you need training, ano na, so yun talaga yung lahat ng needs mo as a freelancer, nandun na.
mm,
Access to financing, nandun na. In one office, access to para mga government information. How do
mm.
you start, ano na, like, where do you get
Business.
help?
Mm,
Oo.
mm,
For another thing is directory, baka gusto saan ba yung mga suppliers, where do I get ano, how do I get an faster internet. Nandun na din yung mga government agencies that possibly you will need. For
mm,
example, um, nandun na yung mga uh, if you want to pay for your SSS, PhilHealth, nandun na in
nice.
this one center.
Mm,
So
mm.
it's a center talaga. Para siyang ano, for just like the OFW, parang
Oh,
uh,
wow.
OWA. OWA.
Mm,
Yeah, it's
mm,
just like that. So if you look at this right now, the OFW, dalawang pillar yan eh, OFW and the IT-BPM. So OFW
mm,
is contributing about 10 to 11% in the GDP. Yung IT-BPM, including the online freelancers, no, not including, excluding online freelancers, is contributing around 10 to 11% as well in the GDP.
mm,
The OFW has the Office of the Migrant Workers, uh, diba, the department. Second is
mm.
the POEA, and then there's OWA.
Yeah.
But for the IT-BPM and the online freelancers, wala, we
Wala.
don't have. We don't have.
Hugot lang. Iba pa nga, like, they don't even understand how, who we are and what we do. So they don't know
Mm,
how to assist us. Mm.
correct. I think even in the taxation, parang wala tayo sa bracket, right? Parang,
Mm, mm,
yeah, it's totally different. Even the bill, which is that's pushed by ano in Congress, yung Freelancers Act,
mm.
uh,
Protection Act. Correct.
Protection Act.
Mm,
There's not a lot of mention there about online freelancing and
mm,
foreign clients.
mm,
So how do we get protection? For example, na scam si freelancer, saan ba siya pupunta? Wala, iiyak
Mm.
lang yan sa kakilala niya, "Oh, hindi ako binayaran, scam pala
Mag-post
yun."
media.
Mag yes, magra-rant na lang sa social media. Oh,
Oo. Mm.
so what if there's an digital workers center wherein eto eto yung ng scam sa akin. So and then the center can take note of that. Then there's a
Mm.
list of blacklisted mga
Nice.
ano, 'di
Mm.
ba?
Mm.
A
Kasi
directory. So before you yeah,
Kasi ngayon, Sir Mike, di ba, if ever, like for example, my bad employer sa mga OFWs natin, there's OWA to rescue them, take care of them,
yes,
visit them, work with the government. But for the freelancers, sabi ko nga kanina, you emphasize that the BPO industry, the freelancers moving forward, we're more like the digital gold mine here, and we're going to be the ones that will define or redefine the economic situation of the Philippines. Pero walang
wala.
center o they don't even understand paano mag-tax. So yung mga freelancers din, yun yung mga hugot nila, like a
Mm,
lot in the group and the people who are listening right now, like they don't know, and it's a lot to really handle, especially yung mga natutulog during the night.
mm,
Kami nagtrabaho during the night, so they don't have the energy anymore probably. So yeah,
yes,
this is
yes.
really helpful.
Oo. 'Di ba? For example, another thing is when I was used to work as a freelancer, naku, ang videoke, ang ingay. Like, what the, like, you have a call with your client, you have a daily con call with your client, and then all of a sudden, may bumibirit dun sa, yung sa neighborhood. So, di ba? Maybe those are just some things. Maybe, for example, if the LGU is aware that there are a lot of freelancers or they're online or digital workers or online
Mm,
freelancers, then maybe the LGU can put a limit or some what do you call
time.
this? Can limit, yeah, those kinds of things, 'di ba? So um oo. So yun, that's just one of the function of the Digital Worker Center. It can be another name later on, but the idea is it's a one-stop shop for the online freelancers to go to when they need help, they need support, uh,
Nice.
training, right? Na ano nila. So it's a center, just like it may not be an agency yet, but for example, what if there's a digital worker center for each city? You just go
Mm,
there, diba? Just go there. It can be the center can be the hub already, the co-working space,
yung funding training guide nila andun na.
funding, training. It's there in the center. Oo.
Mm,
So just like I don't know if you're familiar, just like yung Malasakit Center,
mm.
'di ba? If
Oo,
anyone needs financial help, medical help, they just go to that Malasakit Center. Nandun na lahat si DSWD,
mm,
PhilHealth, nandun na. So it's a center. So
mm,
it's a center din in each city, especially major cities that freelancers can run to. Nandun yung
mm,
working space, nandun yung mga information that they need. They could be another a training center there.
mm,
Yan, diba? Um, then lastly, number 6, this might not happen also right away, but we want to push for a special government agency for freelancers. Like it's a really government agent. It might not be its department is maybe too big already, but just an agency for us, right? That controls and governs this digital worker center,
mm,
right? So ito yung agency just like OWA, parang OWA, parang ganyan.
mm, mm.
That looks after this industry because
Nice.
again, this is the future, and this is the ano of work. Just imagine how many, just yun nga, if na market tayo ng government 1 million jobs
Mm,
right away, And this, I really believe that online freelancing is the only industry that can provide millions of jobs in the next 3 years. I'm even very confident to say if nagawa lang natin yung training and marketing,
Mm,
I'm really
mm.
confident that we can have 1 million new freelancers each year. We can just
Nice.
do those two things. You just
Mm,
so if we have so many freelancers, online freelancers, it is really right. It's really fair to have a government agencies that looks after
mm,
our
mm,
industry. Yeah. So these are things that we really want to push, but um, uh, going back, this will not happen if we are not united.
mm,
This will not happen if well the things some of the things now are currently we're doing already, but uh if you want to make this really big and national, this will not happen if you will not have we are not united, and we don't have one voice. So
true.
we really have to the problem kasi now is that our leaders, especially in the national, di naman sila naging freelancer before. So
True.
parang
They
so
don't
how
know,
what
understand.
I mean, they will, like for us, the for us, no, husbands, we can only imagine the pain of our wife, like yung nanganak. But
Mm,
like we can only imagine, ha, masakit ba talaga? It's like but 'di ba? But for the mothers who really experience it, can really
mm,
say that it's really very painful, 'di ba? It's really
mm,
risky. So
mm,
same thing here with for our industry. Our leaders, they don't have hands-on experience. They will only listen to whispers, right? Like ano yung,
oh,
let's
ano
say,
ba yan? Oo.
ano lang yung, okay, okay, ganun ba yun? Oh, yan.
You know,
Social media, technology. If you look at the average age there in Congress right now, it's really very old.
50s
Um,
ago, 50, 60.
50s, yeah, 50s. So you cannot really trust them. Sorry for the word. You cannot really them with modern things. With
True.
modern things such as digital workers, online freelancing,
Mm,
technology, innovation. So yeah, so if you that's basically uh, what we want to push. Again, BPO party list. We want to build progress and opportunities for us Filipinos, and we BPO party list is for online freelancers. So because that can provide this industry, our industry can really provide millions of jobs. Yun yung kailangan talaga natin. Just imagine if millions are online freelancers, millions, mataas yung sweldo ng freelancers eh. Diba? Just imagine in one village,
mm.
maraming freelancers, daming pera. Eh, pag may maraming pera, bibili na yan ng, used to be, 1 kilong isda lang. Ngayon, bibili na yan ng 3 kilos and so on.
Magsa-stay.
Magsi-steak
Oo.
na pala, sorry, steak. Steak.
Oo.
Angus, ano pa, yung na
Oo. Yung
steak. So,
marble.
ano na, marbled. So, yan. So, of course, if there's now a higher purchasing power ng mga tao, then it can, may mag-open na coffee shop,
True.
mag-open na mga grocery stores. It
Mm,
jumpstarts our economy. And then just
mm,
imagine if we have high purchasing power, dadami
mm,
yung mga middle class. So
mm,
our economy is really
mm.
so yan, so that's, I will not take more time because I think I've talked so much na. My apologies, but so that's who we are sa BPO party list. I used to be a freelancer, and I really want us na si BPO, and will really it's really for our the online freelancing industry. So I'd like to open the ano for some quick questions if you guys have
Sure.
questions.
Hmm. Oo. Kanina, mayroon tayo actually dito, sir, where is it? I think it's here. Okay, I'm just gonna bring up some of our questions. So, Sir Mike, can we how can we help spread the word? Okay, this is a very good one from Gerald. Ano yung matutulong nila? Because right now, of course, yung freelancers natin, I think we're around 2 million plus sa online freelancing lang. But I believe they have families who can vote, cousins who can vote,
Mhm.
because if this will push through, magka-benefit din naman, yung mga family members and all. So, yes, sir, how can we spread the word out there and convince people, or, how can we let them know that vote for BPO? Ano pala yung number para at least alam natin?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you for asking. We are number 120,
oh,
120. We're exactly in the middle of the page 2 of the ballot. So,
okay.
nandun ang number 120, 120. So, to answer the question and how, thank you so much for that question. To spread the word, I think, number one, if you can follow us in our page, in our Facebook page, that would be great, because so you will know what are our programs there and what are the initiatives. And then number two is just continue to if you can talk to your family members, that's, I think, that's your friends, that it's really a great help already. Kasi I, especially in the call center industry, or in the some I'm aware that some are not registered pa na voter, and some
Mm,
are will not vote, or maybe they're registered in their province, so baka hindi makavote. So just telling your family, your friends about BPO Party List number 120 is really a great help. You can share our videos, our programs, and Facebook as well. We have a Facebook group, and also a Viber group. We can put our there. So we'll be posting as well posters. So maybe if you can share that, it would really be a really great help. Just
awareness.
again, awareness. Yes.
True. We have another question here. I think this was answered earlier naman when it comes to like when we have the regulation, kasi it's government regulated. So, but if you'd like to also add, sir, Lailani is asking, hi,
Mm-hmm.
sir, how to protect our freelancers against bad clients? How do we have laws and regulations to help them?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's already the Freelancers Protection Act for local or non-online freelancing freelancer work. But for
Mm,
online freelancing, especially foreign clients, number
wala.
one there, wala talaga. Number one, since these clients are from another country, so they have a
Mm,
separate law, it will be very challenging to pursue them. So
mm,
number one for us is really prevention. So if we can put in training, number one, training on how to really identify possible red flags with certain
mm,
clients, things to
mm,
avoid, especially yung mga, I'm very wary of that, yung mga milestone based, daming
mm.
dispute, daming dispute. So it's
Oo.
like, have I really,
Nakakabayan.
oh, so like parang I'm always parang di ako comfortable na, kasi I've tried it before. I finished
Mm,
it in 1 week and then dinispute. So it took me 2 months to finally convince the platform, which is Odes that time, that I
mm,
really delivered. But it's very it's very taxing. But then again, number one, that's training. Number two is if we can put in that agency, the government agency for freelancers. This
mm,
agency can then will do the legwork for you.
Nice.
Number one, for example, instead of you, maybe just like parang may mediation, just like in the
Mm,
platform. Oh, if the client would not be so if the business, especially if it's a business, a legit business in other countries, and just imagine a government agency trying to reach out to them. Oh, the
mm.
Philippine
Yeah,
government is, it's
there's
like
weight.
parang there's
Mm,
weight there, di ba? Instead of, oh, just a regular, wala yan. Parang,
mm.
ano lang yan. So, but, di ba? What
Mm,
if it's really the Philippine government, an agency, a
mm,
Philippine government agency trying to reach out the disputed, client
mm,
or bad client?
mm.
Uh, I think it will have weight, and I think the very least they will answer the questions of,
Yes, very
di ba?
true.
Pag
Mm.
hindi sila, baka hindi na sila makabakasyon sa Pilipinas. So, pag hindi binahan natin. So, di ba? So,
Maka-hire. Mm.
so
We
I
have
think those are,
very nice. I hope that answers your question, Lailani. We have a
mm,
unique question here, sir. Ano ba
yes.
daw yung age mo that you were earning $40 per hour?
Okay. Um, so because of the trainings that I got, or kasi, na-addict ako noon sa mga yung nilalagay mo sa Upwork that time na mga ito, naka-train ako ng ganito, ganyan. So, because I
Mm,
saw the potential, several clients, especially nung I landed already na operations manager job. Yung one compelling reason sa kanya is naka-graduate or may certification ako ng project management.
mm,
So, yun.
mm,
So, so with all the experience that I got and the operations management, the project management professional, yung training, and then the Six Sigma training, and then my experience as well. So I got as a management consultant for a research firm in the
mm.
US. Oh. Pero I realized, nakita ko nung yung payroll nila before, and I realized ako pala yung lowest paid na nila. So parang
Asa pala
parang
yung
akala ko naka-jackpot ako, pero ako lang pala yung so yung iba doon from India may na $125 per hour. Tapos yung iba
mm,
from Ukraine may $200 per hour. Sabi ko, baka I need to, kulang pala to. I have to ask for an increase. So,
oh, very true.
so but it takes time to really, I think, building, I think tinuturo ito ni Ma'am Grace, parang
Yes.
building your profile, ganun.
Mm,
So,
mm,
hindi naman step by step lang. Eventually, basta ay parang growth mindset, yun. That's the term
mm,
that I want to, growth mindset. You always have to, keep building your profile, keep learning. Kasi the
mm,
more you learn, ito nga yun proportionate
mm,
proportionate with the effort that you put in. If you put in effort in your training, in building up your profile, in learning more, eventually you'll be able to um, get those lucrative clients.
very
So
true.
walang tulugan na, walang tulugan. I know someone already that this she's earning. I think she's a friend of my wife. She's already
Mm,
earning around 600 daw a month. Pero
mm,
wala, dami ng Red Bull iniinom, ayaw nang matulog. So it's like wala wala na, work is life na. Para kasi of course she's really for the family, but once you reach that kasi yun na nga, the more this is the beauty of freelancing. It's
mm,
really, you are really rewarded equivalent to the effort that you put in.
mm.
Yeah.
Nice. So others are saying that they really they have liked the page. They will tell their families. Someone here, Bayaning Filipino online. Okay, freelancers.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. For
wow. Thank you so much for that. Can I use that? Can I have your? permission to use that ano, by any online.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
We
Good.
have here, I love the mission and vision of BPO. Pero how did the party list name created? Kasi confusing siya for call
Mm,
center employees.
okay. So the BPO is actually taken from the name of the industry, the business process outsourcing. O,
Mm,
yun yung BPO. If you look at the term BPO, it's the industry name for the call centers, the call center
mm,
industry. Yung term lang talaga common is call center. Pero may sa the whole IT BPM kasi or IT BPO, included na kasi yung BPO sa yung IT, yung mga non-voice or hindi siya
mm,
call
mm.
center,
That
yung
industry.
included na yung back office. So
Mm,
that's the term business process outsourcing. Bawal kasing gamitin yan for a party name. So we coined the term. Actually, that's a good question. I missed to explain it. Bangon Philippine outsourcing because it means kasi if you look at the ranking now, our global ranking for the IT BPM, we
mm,
used to be number one, number two, but we are now down to 52nd or 52. We
ah,
really like went
mm,
down.
mm,
So if we want to bring up, we bring back our ranking to where we used to be.
mm,
Um, so that's really now our vision to bring back our ranking to where we are before because it means if we are back to number one, it means millions of jobs for
mm.
Filipinos.
Nice. Mm, true. We have here a question from Tiffany. Sabi niya, Sir Mike, among the programs you proposed, I think this was the six platforms or goals you set. What would you prioritize to accomplish first? The essential needs of the freelancers.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. I think the number one that we can really readily prioritize is yung dalawang sinabi ko na which is training and marketing.
Mm,
But the priority really is the training. Kasi this is something doable. There's some budgets of this already in TESDA. My budget na CDICT, my budget and CTTI. So if we can just strengthen it, create a law that consolidates the budget of these agencies or really create a new budget. So create the make it as a national initiative to do
mm,
massive training nationwide. Just imagine producing 10,000 graduates a month, 'di ba? So just imagine how much jobs
or,
we can provide. So this is
mm,
really the priority and which is very very doable. We are already doing some of this but on the call center training side, not on the
freelance.
online freelancing.
Mm,
I hope that with Mom Grace we can do the training and then we'll find sponsors as well to sponsors the cost of the training. I'm sure DTI, the ICT, and other government agencies as well can have some budget, especially TESDA
mm,
can will have a budget to subsidize these trainings. Oh,
mm.
yun.
Nice. Really reinforce on that also. Kasi if ever walang training, we're not preparing the workforce. So when the marketing comes in, walang
Mm,
masyadong ready. So when we have the
yes.
training, they have the certification. Kaya nga, di ba, Six Sigma si Sir Mike. And then there's also the high hourly rate because he really added the value into his profile, the training, certifications, the experiences, and that's what we want to present as well, to our future potential clients. Looking forward to the Philippines to be called land of the freelancers through
Oh,
different
nice.
platforms. Okay, yeah,
Very good.
this is really a dream, and this is the first time really that like if you have been following Surge, you know me as a person. I don't really give anything to you guys without believing in it and without believing the value in that one. So, um, like I have been crying this, deep inside praying for the success of freelancers because it really empowers and improves the quality of life. Yung sinabi kanina ni Sir Mike that you leap from poverty, from one socioeconomic status into another one. Okay, probably above average, maybe even in the rich side, because you would start living the dream and become the dream part. Become an entrepreneur yourself. So, um, you know, this is really for us. This is not just for the business that we're going to be supporting. This is for our families, for our communities, for the future. It's safe kahit may pandemic. This is sustainable, and this is really doable. So, really, really suggesting hakutin niyo yung family ninyo, i-attend na natin lahat. Sabi ni Darlene, sana matuloy kasi ang gaganda ng mangyari sa ating mga freelancers. Totally agree to attract clients po talaga. Go vote. Okay, yes, for this. Do we have here, Gerald is really supportive. Are there ways also, Sir Mike, in which freelancers can contribute to the campaign? So, marami tayong mga freelancers na ngayon na medyo nasa average level na. So, maybe GCash, like probably 500, 1,000, to really go and help out with this brand awareness and really empower a lot as well.
Mhm.
How can we help?
Yes. I think yeah, for the freelancers, I'm kind of hesitant on the financial part, but it's good also. It's we are really on the resources, but we can actually provide you with graphics that if you want, uh, you can
Mm.
print and give to your family members, to your friends. If I would love to see you put it on your outside your house as well. That's really good. You,
Mm.
you can have it printed on a tarp. So that's really very, very ano na rin, that's really good. We are preparing designs already that if you want, again, we don't have billions, millions, just like other Um, you can have it printed on a cap or t-shirts. So we are designing as well really cool designs. If you can send your design na may BPO, like BPO
Mm.
BPO is for freelancers na kind of
Yeah.
t-shirt.
We have graphics designers here.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, so it will all the help that you can provide, whether telling your family members, printing out, giving really really be would really be very a big help for the cause. So
Mm.
maraming salamat po.
Additional and follow-up question po. Can we have an FB profile frame? Yeah, this is probably something that we can also do. Para
Oh
nandun.
wow, okay. I don't know how to do that, but yes, that's a really good suggestion. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's create that and we'll put it there. Um,
Mm-mm.
yeah, 'di ba? May
Sige.
change color pa yung iba, 'di ba, sa profile
Oo,
frame.
oo. Oo, oo.
Oh, sige,
Nandun.
sige. Really great
Maybe
idea.
So maybe also kasi sila lahat when they join this one kasi we have a raffle after this one. So I hope you can like stay with the raffle. We're almost done. They added their emails, so maybe when you have
Mm.
the graphics later on, Sir Mike, we can send the link to everybody so they can just
Sige,
download it.
sige.
Kasi
Okay.
there are around 400 people that signed up, or around
Oh,
500 na
wow.
siguro. So we can
Wow,
also
that's
send it.
great. Sige, sige.
Mhm. Okay,
I-
so you can continue to send your answers. Let me just go ahead and choose 10 people. 10 people ba, Sir Mike, right? Sino yung
yeah, yeah.
mga, before, but, I'm just going to choose 10 people in winning 500 pesos each. Okay, we're going to send it to your GCash. All right, so far, yung kanina, there were 349. Okay, so our first winner is, we have here, okay, Maria Sheena Chango. Okay, we're going to choose another one. Congratulations, it's 500 pesos. We will send it to your GCash. Okay, next winner is Ayan G. Pono. Okay,
Congrats.
congratulations as well. And this is sponsored by BPO Partylist, of
BPO.
course. Okay. Third one. Thank you, Sir Mike, for this. Michelle Celeste Dizon. Okay. That's four. Fifth one is we have here. Okay, waiting. Sino ba to? Irish. Okay, Irish Bas. Okay. Sixth one. We're going to be posting this as well. So if you missed this one, we will let you know how to claim. Okay, we have Nover Gavin. Okay. So I think this is the seventh one. And then we have three more after. Okay. Christine Chicote. Okay. Last three. Okay. We have for number 8, winner of 500 pesos, Villanueva. Okay. Number 9. Congratulations. Okay. We have ninth winner is Gerald
Oh,
Eubalos. Okay? And the last one is, okay, kung mga hindi nanalo, sorry. Maybe we can have another forum later. Okay, let me convince. Okay, Michelle and Santamaria. Okay, so congratulations to everybody. I hope na makakatulong yung investment a little bit towards your freelancing. Um, and then yeah, good congrats and good luck to all the winners. Okay, so far project is great. Help sana matuloy. So we are going to be a part of this. Okay, if we want all of this to happen, let's help Sir Mike in all of these dreams. Thanks for sharing your inspiring story, sir, from the great program BPO Partylist. Hope this will push through. Thank you for representing the freelancers in the Congress. Okay, so maraming hugot na to. Yes, we will be waiting for the link. Okay, so we will help, sir, if you can send us the link where we can
you.
put graphics. And then later on, I know meron kayong strict na ano for donations and all, but if that's available and that's
Sige.
feasible, maybe we can also do something.
Okay,
Oh,
thank you so much. Thank you.
thank you, and congratulations to all the winners. Any parting words from you, Sir Mike, before we're going to end this open forum for everybody? And I hope that the discussions that we have, yung six na agenda na mention ni Sir Mike has answered your pain points. In if hindi pa, we're going to be giving you a feedback form as well. You can also list down all of the things that you want to share there. We're going to share it with Sir Mike so we can also accumulate and consolidate all of the data, all of the information. But I think covered naman lahat so far, and it's even beyond because it's going to be institutionalized. It's going to be in the government level. So I hope you're excited. So let's help out and vote number 20, 120 in or anong tawag ba yun? Ballot. Okay, let's go out
Yes.
and really uh, uh, push for this one. Yes, parting words po.
Let me leave this ano na lang message. Uh, you know, we have been for so many years we have been unrepresented as a freelancer that time. Even when I was a call center agent, right now as a also when I used to be a freelancer, there's so many things that we want to improve our lives, right? But the government sometimes that cannot you cannot also fault them because the government only acted what is the law, and
Mm.
because there is no such law, there is no such prioritization in the freelancing industry, something new. So it's also we cannot, to be fair as well, we cannot put the blame to the government, but um, this is the right time that we can represent our industry, and this is also the only industry that can change a lot of lives of the Filipino people. Ma'am
mm,
Grace mentioned also that because of if we can really provide a lot of jobs to the Philippines, a lot of jobs to the Filipinos with higher income, this is
mm,
probably the time. I really like that Ma'am Grace mentioned that we can finally call back our OFWs and work here and stay here in the
mm,
Philippines and have our family intact.
mm,
Just imagine how many, hundreds of thousands or millions of Filipinos abroad trying to earn a living. Tapos konti lang yung mapapadala nila because they also have to spend for their their expenses. But if they can
mm,
earn the same or even bigger income just here staying with their family, I think
mm,
that's something that our family is intact. We can provide a better life for the family and the Filipino people. So I really believe that this is the right time to have a representation in Congress. And this is your, please think that this is your party list, this is your family. Whatever is good for our industry, we will really push that. And if you have someone, a protector, a group that will fight for you, and that is
mm.
a BPO party list. So, marami pong salamat. Thank you for the opportunity that you have provided BPO. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Grace, for the trust and for giving us this platform to really tell the people that the BPO exists. Thank you so much.
Thank you also very much, Sir Mike. I know that, yeah, I mentioned na imagine if you mentioned, why not have 1 million freelancers for the first year? And imagine how many families will be blessed if that's going to happen. Imagine also 10 years from now, and we have solid families, intact families, and kids growing up with their moms and their dads. It's going to be really a better Philippines. That's just for the current situation, but even in the next generation. So this has been a battle cry, and thank you. I would agree on the comment earlier. Thank you for presenting us in the Congress and hearing our voice. Maybe number one that you can probably do right away is share this video, okay, and maybe even like the BPO Partylist company. I mean the Facebook page. In this video, it was really clearly stated ano yung mga platforms, ano yung mga benefits natin. So you can share it with your friends, with your relatives, with all of freelancers, your friends, even communities. Let them know what is going to be the benefit and how this will play out, in the topography of the Philippines today and moving forward. So thank you very much, Sir Mike. We hope that this
Thank
is not
you.
the last when it comes to communicating with freelancers. Maybe we can have another forum moving forward
Yes.
and we work towards how we can bring out a voice, out there for the freelancers.
Yeah, I'll be honored to join any forums uh, by search by you, Ma'am Grace. So please feel free. Let me know. I'll be there to join the meeting. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you
Thank
everybody for
you.
watching. We hope that this is giving you a good weekend and a good future and a good dream for a better Philippines. Thank you and God bless you all. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.